Hi, my name's Gav from the channel Hiking for Health, and if you haven't visited this channel before, I do a mixture of hiking, wild camping and gear reviews. Well, today I'm on a 7 to 8 mile hike starting at the village of Lyddington. Lyddington is quite a historic place. Here is the Lyddington Bede House behind me. It's documented that Henry VIII visited here with his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, in 1511, and then 30 years later with his fifth wife. And it's believed that this is the property that Catherine Howard wrote a letter to Thomas Culpepper. It was intercepted, and that therefore led to her subsequent execution, should we say. And so the walk begins. I enjoyed that bit of history to start off the day. I haven't been to the Lyddington Bede House before. The English Heritage site doesn't have a cafe, so if you're visiting and expecting there to be one, there isn't, but there is a good pub just round the corner. So the route starts in Lyddington, and then we head up to Seaton, where the Welland Viaduct is fairly close by. That took 4 years to build and is 3/4 of a mile long. And it's quite impressive to see. And then we go to Harringworth and then back round to Lyddington. It's about 7 miles altogether, 7 or 8 miles. Right, now the walk continues to Harringworth. We leave the county of Rutland and we head into Northamptonshire, and we'll be able to see the Welland Viaduct. So this is the Welland Viaduct. It's a part of the Oakham to Kettering line and it's still in use today. It took 4 years to build. They started in 1875 and it took up to 1878. It's got 82 spans and they're 72 feet high, or 22 metres if you're dealing with metric measurement. It's quite a sight. We're just about to walk under it. The church wasn't open, unfortunately, but we'll make our way now. Close by to here is an old airfield, RAF Spanhoe. It's still in use today for private planes, I believe, but in World War II it was operational between 43 and 45 for both the RAF and the United States Air Force, and I believe that C-47s took off from there, so not too far away from here. Just bumped into an elderly couple who were returning home after being out walking for the Sunday afternoon. And they were saying they were going home to put the barbecue on, and they lived in the village where the viaduct was. We got talking about the history of it, and the gent said that all of the stone and the bricks were made in this area. So it brought a lot of business in. But I was also talking about how those people would have felt in 1875, suddenly finding out there was going to be this huge viaduct going right through their village. Now it's something to look at, something of beauty, but in those days, probably the last thing you want going through your quiet, secluded village is a huge viaduct of 3/4 of a mile. Right, so we're heading now back to Lyddington. I think it's about 2 or 3 miles, and then the idea is when we get back to the car, we're going to head off somewhere and hopefully find somewhere that's still doing a Sunday dinner. That would be nice. So part of the route home, or back to the car should I say, is along a disused railway line, which would be the railway I filmed earlier, the station that was no longer in use. So we've just come through that gate, and there is a public right-of-way that goes up here, and that takes you to the village of Seaton where we came from. This is the disused railway, and the building at the end is the old station building I filmed earlier. But we're going to head along this road, and then it cuts into a lane back to the village we started in at Lyddington. So we're now onto some lane walking. I think if I was to do the route again, I would cut that bit of road walking out. It was a lot busier than I thought. But you live and learn, don't you? So we're on a lane that takes us back into the village of Lyddington, and then it's back to the car for a nice cold drink somewhere. It's been a hot one today. Right, so we're back in the village of Lyddington. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.